See You in Health is an improvised parody podcast. Do not attempt to use any of the tips or information contained in this podcast. To do so could endanger your health and wellness.
Welcome.
Hi.
This is See You in Health. I am Seth,
I'm Sara.
and we are your guides to health, wellness, and beyond.
Woo.
I like to add the beyond. Sarah, do you like that? It's sort of like Bed Bath and Beyond, but health, wellness, and beyond.
It's like beyond the sky, then beyond the universe, then beyond that, and then you go into like the womb of the world of
Wow.
all the worlds,
Oh,
and then it's like, oh, here I am again, like you just got born.
yeah.
That's like what it reminds me of.
I love that. Cycles within cycles. It's just that
Yeah.
we live in a cyclic existence. And,
Thick lick.
well, CYCLIC.
See you in health.
Okay. Yes. And we are See You in Health. So today we've got some we have a guest that's going to be coming on. She's a very renowned expert. She's a chef, and she's a renowned expert in eating for life. That's the name of her series. And so Eating for Life is the name of our episode. And we will be
She's good.
seeing her soon. But I think first what we want to do is what we're into this week.
That's
Sarah,
right.
do you want to
Yeah.
go first?
I would be delighted to go first. Thank you so much, Seth. So, what I'm into this week is decoration of and reuse of chip clips. So, for our audience, in case they don't know, this is a chip clip. And I happened upon these in our community recycling. There were just these chip clips there. And I said, well, I don't really have chips because I'm never getting anything in a bag. I'm just getting it like to me. It might be like in a bowl or it might be in a wrap. But so I was like, I could use these for something else and maybe I could sell them. So my first chip clip invention is candy holder. So this, I found these candies out back by the barns and then by where the horses go do their business. And so I picked it up, of course, because who could pass up candy? And then I have it here. So now this is a candy holder and it could still be a chip clip or it could like clip other things. So that's my first invention. And then so I found a grouping of these. And so I kind of, to offer up different things we can do with them. So this is a different size one. And then this one can wear a bow tie. So like if you're going out to a fancy place and you need to clip something, then you have this and you don't feel awkward because your clip is dressed up too. And then also I have this one. And then this one is for this is a napkin holder. So I know that sometimes people have like fancy dinners and they eat a lot of food and it's so delicious and they use napkins. So that's what I'm into this week.
Yes. What I'm into, that's interesting that that's what you're into this week, because what I'm into also has something to do with the kitchen.
Really?
Yes. And this is something that I really did a lot of thinking about it. It was sort of, I meditated on it for quite a few hours while listening to, of all things, my babbling brook on my sound machine. And after listening to this babbling brook, I started thinking, why are we using all these harsh chemicals on our dishes when we're washing them? Chemicals, Dawn, Ivory, what have you.
Other kind.
Other kind. But why don't we wash dishes the way they used to in pioneer times? Or really, that's not even true, as the natives did, which is to wash them in a brook. And so I came up with a way. I don't have it in front of me right now. I'm not in the kitchen, but I went to a pet store, the Blue Lagoon, and I went and bought a bunch of these little river rocks. You put them in the bottom of a fish tank, and I just put those in a Tupperware little bin. I keep that in the sink. I fill that with water, and then I just let the rocks do the washing. I just put the dishes in with the rocks and the water and agitate it by hand. It feels good, it sounds good, and it gets almost everything off of those plates. I never use a chemical. I never use a soap, which is very drying. I I don't put anything back into the water supply, because it's just, what is it? It's just food particles and rocks. And I would say it doesn't work on everything. I used some of one of my roommates' kind of nice a nice dish of theirs, and unfortunately it did break it. But that's what comes with washing, is sometimes things break, and that's life, and we can deal with that loss. It's a cycle. Yes, Sarah's doing it. It's a cycle. Whenever Sara does the dialing, this is something we do. Just let everybody know it's all going to come back around. And so that's what I'm into this week, is washing dishes with rocks.
Oh, Seth, that's amazing. I love how domesticated you are now. You're such a homebody. You're such a house cleaner type person, and you
Well,
love just doing chores
thank you.
and going down by rivers. And I just think it's so neat, Seth.
Thank you. And same for you, finding chip clips in recycling bins and then bringing them home and putting them on things that you found that you're going to eat.
Oh, you're too kind, Seth.
Well, and how apropos, because we're going to have our chef friend on shortly, and that'll happen right after we take a short break to show you some new opportunities. We'll be right back.
Who doesn't love a mystery? Especially when it's from someone you already love and trust. Well, get ready, you use, because this is going to blow your mind. A gift subscription that keeps on giving and helps us move inventory. The See You in Health Mystery Box. What is it? A box that arrives on your doorstep once a month, straight from See You in Health. What's in it? Hey, then it wouldn't be a mystery. We'd have to call it the Totally Known About in Advance box. Can we at least have a hint? Sure. Imagine all the things we've talked about on past episodes of See You in Health. It may or may not contain items such as mindful grooming products created by Seth and Sara, certificates for custom sound showers, totally safe radioactive objects that change your molecular structure while sitting on a shelf by your bed. And it's so easy to subscribe. It's actually an opt-out plan, which all viewers or listeners are automatically signed up for, so you will be receiving one in the coming weeks. Details to unsubscribe are listed in the footer of our emails in white text and or included on our website that is currently under construction. Pardon our dust and then watch our smoke. So sit back, relax, and enjoy your mystery box when it arrives. COD at your home. See you in health!
We're back. So her name is Sheryl Crowe. I know you've heard that name before. It's not, no, Sara, it's not the Sheryl Crowe that you're used to hearing about. She's not a musician. She is a chef. Her company is called Eating for Life, and she's written a new book about how to eat healthy during the holidays. I think we're being joined right now. There's Sheryl. Hello, Sheryl. Welcome. welcome to See You in Health. Of course, I'm Seth. We spoke earlier. This is Sara,
Hello.
my
Oh, it
colleague.
is so
Oh,
great
we're
to be
so
here. Thank you for having me.
well. The pleasure is all ours. Eating for Life. That just sounds like a wonderful company. And your new book is on holiday cooking healthy for the
That's
holidays, which
right.
people don't. They just really
Right.
don't.
So, my Eating for Life series, as you know, very, very vast, very long, but I didn't have a holiday edition. And people really don't keep to their diets during the holidays. And, it's not a good excuse. So, with this new
That's
edition,
right.
you can learn how to stay healthy, keep feeling good while celebrating as much as you can.
Now that sounds like a habit that should be adopted during the holidays. Now, barring peppermint, I have to have my peppermint.
Oh, yeah.
And I also understand that you do sort of nutritional guidance and counseling with certain clients. I'd be interested to hear what you'd have to say about Sara and I's diet.
Of
Our
course,
diets.
usually I do charge for personal counseling, but for two friends, I'll do it for free.
That sounds fun. Maybe we won't go too far into it,
Just
just for
for fun,
fun, for
yes.
giggles.
I'm very interested. You live such healthy, spiritual, very, very mindful lifestyles.
Yes. Well, I'm a vegetarian. I believe Sara is a vegan, right, Sara?
When I can. I can't always barter for vegan type
Barter, yes.
options.
Okay.
I barter for most of my food. Like right now I'm dog sitting, and so for the sitting of the dog, then I'm going to get a meal pack, and I can't tell them what kind of meal pack to give me. So I just have to eat what they give me.
Wow. Almost, that's kind of
Huh.
charming. It's like you're in the war or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a war for kindness is what I
Yes.
call it.
That's nice.
So, Sara, what kind of? I don't understand. It's a pack.
It's a pack. It's like in foil, and they just will throw it over the little fence that's around my yurt, and then they'll say, "It's here, Sara." And then I go and I sometimes have to dig for it because I have very soft sand.
And
And then I put it right away on top of my hot plate because I only have a hot plate for cooking, and then I'll open it once it's done. So it could be a ham or it could be lettuce. I just don't
raw
know.
and plain.
I'll cook it.
Foods like that, we call them whole foods, just straight up lettuce, corn, beans, anything, are great for sort of raw diet, and that's very high in nutritional value.
I'm going to take
I'm
notes of
more.
this. Do you mind if
No,
I
I
take
don't
notes?
mind at all, Seth. Thank you for asking. You're such a doll.
Corn is a whole food.
Right. So anything that is just a full, raw, no other ingredients to make it, that is going to be a whole raw food. And a lot of people do raw diets to promote all of the different vitamins, minerals they can get naturally from those said fruits, vegetables, what have you.
And that's where we get the term raw
That's
dogging.
close, but I like where your head's at. Sara, I am a little concerned. Who just throws the packs of food over your fence?
Any of my neighbors. So we do all kinds of bartering in my community. And so whatever I have done for them, then they will supply me with a food, or maybe it's even just like a trinket. So I do have to be careful that I don't like cook a trinket and accidentally eat it. One day I accidentally started chewing on a keychain because I didn't, I was very hungry and I just didn't pay a lot of good attention. So that's on me. That's me.
I see.
That is on you. Sara, you're getting paid right now with food for taking care of a dog. Are we sure that's not dog food?
We're not sure, no.
Oh, good.
Alrighty.
That's
okay.
Some kibbles are very, very nutrient dense. So that's good. That's the bright side of this system.
Yeah.
But as a vegan, when you try, A lot of these raw foods that you're eating could only be as accessible as you let it, right? So if you are eating like a head of raw lettuce for your dinner, you should be able to mix that like with water to make sure that you are staying hydrated, having your body flushed. Do you have access to water?
I do. So what I do is I do this thing called water harnessing where I will get like a can or like a shoe and I'll go outside anytime like it's raining and I will harness the water and I just keep it in those different types of containers. So I always have water around. I just have to kind of look around and go, where do I have my water today? Oh, it's in the can today. And so then I just get it.
That's
Yeah.
a fun game. That's a fun game to play, and it's rainwater. Mostly
Mostly, yeah.
rainwater. Okay.
What's the other water that isn't rain?
Like splash water.
I didn't know if your neighbors would pour just jugs over the fence for you.
Sometimes, and sometimes it's like they're really like playing like "Be quiet, Sarah," and they'll throw like boiling water.
Oh my god! All right.
Yeah. So they're just
They
fun.
sound
They're
like
fun.
a dream.
That's
We're so honored to have the other Sheryl Crowe here
yes,
on our show today. And you have such great skills in cooking. Can you tell us your favorite recipe from your cooking booking?
Yes. So for the holidays right now, my favorite recipe is a simple appetizer that will wow all of your guests, wow all of your family members, and it's a nice caprese salad with a garlic infused olive oil. All raw foods, it's tomato, mozzarella, and basil.
oh.
Are you taking notes, Seth?
Well, I was, but I know that. I know what a caprese salad
Mhm.
is.
Oh, see, I don't get the names of the things I'm eating.
And it's cute. It's red and green for the holidays, for Christmas.
Isn't that
Right.
fun? That is
I
so
Sometimes
love
I
fun.
like to.
And what about
Oh,
pizza? What about pizza? We've heard so much about like pizza, it's healthy. Pizza, no, it's not. It is, it isn't, it is, it isn't. Is the jury in on
I would say
pizza
the
yet?
jury is in on pizza and that it is famously not that healthy. It's drenched in oils and fats and saturated fats from cheeses and red meats that clog your arteries, increase your blood pressure. It is fun to have
Right.
for a treat, but the jury is in and it is not good for you now.
That is a conviction on
Right.
pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Too bad for you, Seth. He
What?
loves his pizza from CVS, his frozen
Well,
DiGiorno's.
Oh,
I guilty as charged. I do. I live across the way from a CVS, and it is so easy in this modern age to simply walk over and get these frozen dinners. But I do make sure, Sheryl, that whatever I get is organic, it is locally sourced, it is a company like Jamie. I always get Jamie's vegetarian entrees. Jamie's just does it right. I don't know what it is, but like the spices are so good. I microwave it. I would say I eat like that's what I eat 90% of the time.
90% of the time is how often you eat it?
Well, maybe not 90. It's probably more like
86.
86, 80, maybe
And
80.
then the rest of the time.
Half and half. It's half and half. It's probably half and half. But yes, whole raw foods. I do try to make those a part of my diet, but sometimes I just don't have the time.
Right. And a lot of people.
Or I don't have access to the kitchen.
Yeah, a lot of folks say that they don't have the time for a healthier lifestyle. I see that, Jamie's is accessible, but you treat CVS like your grocery store, like your market, like your
He does.
Well,
Absolutely, he
now,
does.
1 second here, Sarah. When you were explaining how people fed you as though you were an animal in the zoo, I didn't pipe in. But now you seem to be telling Sheryl about my habits that you don't really know everything about. So, like, yes, I do go to CVS from time to time. But there's also a farmer's market about a mile away that I sometimes walk to in my earth shoes. Very comfortable. I go down there, I bring a mesh bag so that the vegetables are not neither bruised and or condensation does not occur, because I'm really very, very afraid of um, pests getting on those. So I always have to make sure that I wash them. I do have roommates, and it's a little challenging to get that kitchen time.
Right.
So I keep a lot of food in my closet.
And you're okay. Do you I'm sorry. In your closet, do you have some type of mini fridge or something to keep anything fresh?
Well, more than anybody, but for centuries, people kept their food fresh by keeping it in the dark. And I just keep it in my closet. It's very dark in there, and there is no sunlight enters.
Right, but
Sometimes it does get a little soft and warm, but it's usually
I
okay.
do think it's worth mentioning we do live in the modern era, and you should try to extend the life of your at least fresh farmers market produce as much as you can, especially the organic kind, because those do tend to spoil faster because there are no pesticides used.
Yes,
But at least
they
you go
do.
to the farmers market. That's always the first step. It seems like you
Yes.
both have sort of your habits here. I am concerned about your intake of both of you, vitamins and minerals, and just general nutrition you might not think of. Like, do each of you sometimes, like, do you have a favorite fruit or a vegetable?
Sara?
Yes. So I like the green gummy worms. Those are very nutritious and good. And I think those are both a fruit and a vegetable, if I'm
Those
not
are a
mistaken.
candy in the shape of a bug.
Oh, I thought that they had protein and fruit and
They're
vegetable.
fruit flavored. You said the green ones are probably apple.
Yes, they're so good. But that's my favorite. That's my favorite, probably healthiest
All right.
snack. It's my
That's
favorite.
now I wouldn't
Right.
say that's healthy, but it's at least it's in the flavor of a healthy item. So good on you, Sara.
Yeah.
Very all right. And Seth,
Got a good grade for eating gummy worms. Okay, that's interesting.
yeah, I feel like I don't I mean do
She needs a win.
yeah. Well, do you know that they're not real fruits and vegetables, correct?
Not real fruit.
Well, they have the flavors of them, and so they can't make something like that without using the real
They
fruit.
actually can in like
No?
in labs and stuff. They can make artificial flavors,
Oh.
and
Yes. I think that's the main industry of New
that's
Jersey.
also the main industry of gummy worms. I believe is that they're all fake and not real.
Right.
But I like that you like
Although
to.
I have heard in some cultures they do eat real
And
worms, and that's supposed to be really, really
that is
healthy.
actually the future of our protein industry is bugs.
Yes, yes. Because right now it's unsustainable. We're going to end up eating the stuff that hits our
And that's
windshield.
just sometimes sometimes they put those bugs in candy, apple flavored candies and lollipops. So you might like that
Yes.
also, Sara.
Right. Yes, Sara, you
Yes,
could probably do that.
I would love if they could do it. I would. I
Eat a
would.
bug surrounded by
Well,
candy. That's good.
eating a bug surrounded
If
by
they could do
candy.
it, I would
Oh,
love it just because like I could have a friend for a little bit. The bug could be my friend, and then I would say yum yum
Oh,
yum. Hello, we could have dinner together, and then I'll say, okay, now's the end of the dinner crunch, and then I eat my dinner companion.
that's
you made it
sad.
weird.
That's weird and sad.
Made it weird.
But that is actually I'm
So,
speechless.
Cheryl, Sarah doesn't have a degree in organics like I do. So I know a little bit more about organic farming, things like that, where she's really more coming from a treat yourself point of view, which is commendable. It really is. But people like Sheryl and I, we know that, like, you know, if it comes from the dirt, if it comes from the earth without pesticides, that's probably best. So that's why I've been growing my own food in my chill space. So I have a little area.
The alley.
Yes, yeah, it's an alley.
You
it
grow
is an
food in
alley,
the alley
and
outside?
I'm not embarrassed
Outside
about
of your
that.
apartment?
Yes, I have a window. It goes out into my chill space where I have a little. It's like a little meditation grove, and then I have some I'm growing vines with for peas. So I have my fresh peas.
Good.
They seem to have. I'm having trouble growing. I'm wondering maybe if I'm not treating the soil right.
You
but
said
it's and I keep them in coffee cans where they are growing, and I've made a fine salad.
Wow. You know, you said this is in an alley outside your apartment. Does it get a lot of sun?
Not a lot.
I would say that is probably the main issue with the growing. But you were able to get enough vines for a salad.
Well, I just ended up cutting the whole thing down and putting some vinegar on it. So that's an example of kind of the thing I'll do is I'll just take like a raw vegetable like that, put some vinegar on it, and then that'll be my meal.
Well, usually when it's the vine or not a sprouted vegetable, the nutritional value isn't developed. It's not all there. You need the actual vegetable itself or the fruit. So from what you told me, you just eat roots and vines with vinegar on them. But maybe if you live in a more urban area, you can see a community garden and start growing.
Very urban. Where I live is very urban. I you know, when I show up in my neighborhood, it's all like, "Hey, what's up?" I do high fives with all the guys on the stoop, and then we sort of like It's a community. It's a community. We share food, and
you share food with your neighbors.
Yes, I do. And I do live in a group situation, so we do have a new. I do have a newer roommate named Brad, who actually was on the show. He puts his name on his food. That's so interesting. I was like, food is for sharing. I can't understand why you buy like a pound of flour and then he writes Brad on it. It's like, what? I can't mix some of that with milk and have that for my morning
just like
breakfast?
A slurry of flour for your morning breakfast?
Yes.
Of your roommate's flour that you'll take? I don't think there's a lot of nutritional value in the slurry, Seth. I'm going to be honest. Well, I don't want to come down hard on you.
Cheryl, I mean, I want to give you all due respect, but it's like it's like rigid rules on eat this, don't eat that. So sometimes what we have to do is we have to take what we have and then augment it. For instance, I will add spices like cinnamon.
Like a cinnamon and milk flour mixture as a cereal, like a porridge.
Or I can sometimes put some of that on the toaster, top of the toaster, like a patty cake.
I see. So sometimes you'll eat like cinnamon pancakes cooked on a toaster. That's really interesting, but you're still missing the key vitamins here, like vitamin A, vitamin B.
Flintstones
gummies are also candy. Yeah. I'm realizing that both of you eat candy thinking it's real vitamins for your body.
The vitamins,
right? But there's trace amounts of vitamins, but there are more so sugar in candy, and those are also meant for children.
So give sugar to children?
I'm saying the exact opposite.
That can't be good. That can't be good.
So Seth, Sara, yes. Do you guys know what a vitamin is?
Oh yes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Vitamins and minerals.
Vitamins, eat your vitamins. Yeah, I know what vitamins are.
Do you guys get sick a lot? How's your like overall body feeling?
Well, that's like COVID, right? Weekly COVID.
Weekly.
Yeah. Yeah, I got the weekly COVID. I mean, isn't that ever normal now?
So you get sick all the time. And Sara, how do you feel? Does your body treat you well?
Yeah, because I'll just take naps. Like if I'm out on the town, I'll be like, well, it's my nap time now, everybody. So I'll be like, let me sit on this chair, or let me sit on this person, or let me sit on this car hood. So it's kind of like my body. I listen to my body and it tells me when to nap. And it could be any time of any day.
Sara, I
Love
think
that.
that's narcolepsy. I think you are a narcoleptic.
Oh, I don't collect many things at all.
She
I
doesn't
wouldn't
feel.
say that I do any kind of
Wow.
over collecting.
All right.
But thank you, Sheryl. That's thank you for caring about that. That's great. Well, I think we're kind of coming near the end. Unless there's anything else that you wanted to say about nutrition or cooking.
I'm really concerned about the well-being of you two.
Oh, that's so sweet,
No,
Sheryl.
like I think I'm really scared for your safety and the state of your bodies. I think you two have no real grasp on how to be healthy.
I think the part that you're missing is the supernatural. That's the part, Sara. Is that the part you're not hearing?
So, I mean, I'm always supernatural. Like, I'll do everything natural. And so I'm sorry if that didn't come across totally, Sheryl Crowe, because I am very, very natural to the point of being
You told me that you
supernatural.
chew on trinkets.
Accidentally, though, Sheryl Crowe.
Open.
Right.
Open your ears and your mind will become a bounty of information.
So it's more of like a mystical wellness and a fullness of the mind and soul.
What isn't?
Yeah, you got it.
I feel like we're really sharing.
Yeah.
This is so. I love a collab. Are we having a collab? This is great.
Yes.
I would appreciate
That's amazing.
you not putting my name on any collab.
Sheryl, can you do this with us? I just think it would be such a good image for Insta.
It would be good for the ads.
Oh,
yay!
done. We did it. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Well, I just want to say out to our audience, the UUs, you have met somebody that is just so amazing in her field, and she just knows all about natural cooking and nutrition. As you can see, it was sort of a meeting of the minds. We shared techniques, ideas. Some of them aren't fleshed out totally, but that's what it means to be on the cutting edge.
I don't think I'm like you two at all, but thank you for having me.
Oh.
You're just as good as we are, Sheryl. Don't put yourself down.
Give it time. All right. Well,
yay, Sheryl.
Big thank you to Sheryl for joining us today. We will take a break and we will be back in just a moment.
Yay!
Well, I just feel that was what a wonderful guest.
She really got us. And I mean, she was being so hard on herself, saying she's not like us. No. I mean, she's like us. She's exactly like us.
I mean, I think she's quite young. She must have just started very recently.
Yeah, that's true. She's not very knowledgeable yet, but she has so much heart.
It's not like what she knows. She's not saying she's not giving information that is of value. What she's doing,
not yet, at least.
Not yet. But what she's doing is she's priming the pump for when knowledge starts to come in, and then she can start to distribute it. And I feel like we gave her some really good information today.
I think that her time with us is going to be such an amazing learning for her that she is
Yes.
not going to be the same person after having an experience with Seth and Sara.
Sara, do you think maybe there's a new book coming? She might
A
be.
new
She
book
might.
about
I
us.
bet she's gonna write a book about her experience with us. Oh my God. What do you think she'll call it?
My experience with Seth and Sara. How amazing are those two?
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if there's a way to get the movie rights.
Oh my
Who would
gosh.
play? Actually, who would play you if it wasn't you?
Let's see who would play me. I
I
think
feel like Mayor
maybe.
Winningham. Mayor Winningham probably would.
Oh, I was thinking Mary Lou Retton, but Mayor Winningham would be good too. And then so probably to play you, Seth, it might be like
Should we
maybe
say?
like
Should we say it on three? Because I'm sure we're
okay,
thinking of the same one. Okay.
okay.
1,
One,
2,
two,
3.
three.
Tom
The
Hanks.
cartoon cat.
What? What? Are you like a? Are you?
Isn't that what you said?
No, I said Tom Hanks. You said a
Oh.
cartoon cat, like not even just like any cartoon cat.
Oh.
When you put 2 wellness experts and a nutritional chef together, you really get a powerful team. I hope we can do more collabs with Sheryl Crowe and others. Oh my God, we're just so abundant with hearts today.
We should call it a Crow Lab.
We can call it why would we call it that?
Because her name is Crow.
Oh, a Crow Lab. Yes. The collaboration will be seen in the future, and with that, we will see
You
you
and
in hell.
health.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, Seth.
I was saying it to the okay.
Seth was played by Peter Hawkes. Sara was played by Vicky Kreckler. Sheryl Crowe was played by Paige Oberholzer. Theme music composed by Stevie Cornell. I have been your announcer, Josh Jones. This has been a production of Moogish Enterprises.